Hey everybody, I do have a couple items to mention because I've joined a couple new groups. And I've run into various people and I've had some interesting conversations, met some new friends. I'm trying to open up a little bit more, get myself out of the self-imposed shell that I'm in. Briefly, and I'm trying to keep this short. My graphics, not paint, it's a wrap. It exists because it honestly helps with the direct sun. I live in the desert southwest. I'm not quite in the desert part, but I'm still very much in the southwest part. We still deal with a lot of very direct sunlight, really hot temperatures. 116 degrees is not common, or not uncommon here. Hit it 3 or 4 times last year. And we don't get a lot of rain. So if the trikes are outside or the cars or vehicles are outside and they use a good thorough, there's actually 2 product recommendations I'm going to do, and I'll dismount to get the second one. Give a shout out to another supplier. Um, the first is again, I had a detailed conversation with a gentleman that's got a beautiful, I think it looks like it's an RSS, but it might be an ST. But no, it's an RSS. It's got this, what I call the spider eyes, the xenons or the lobes and the black cowling there. So it looks like a bug head. But so he's riding the GSRS, one of those two, one of the old generations, I believe. And he's got beautiful front leading edges on his fenders. Sort of want information on that. Not my style, and I ride in an area where I have to deal with clearance issues on my wheels, but I thought those were pretty cool. It seems like I know he's got the Corbin saddlebags. I asked him a question on his top box. He's got a very interesting little smuggler box. I believe that's Corbin because I'm interested in that product for this machine. And anyway, just getting into that detailed discussion over Corbin's, he complimented me on my paint. It is not painted. This is a wrap from an organization. I found this online. I won't lie. I went through Wrap My Spyder. I don't recommend them. If you had luck with them, I'm glad you did. My luck wasn't that great, and that was my inexperience. Yep, I'm taking responsibility for that screw up. It was just costly and not something I want to redo because I found a better product. I also tried, after screwing up that full kit installation and costing myself $400, I tried another one from another organization that starts with an A and ends with an R, and I'll leave the middle letter to you. That one also, it was even flimsier. And when I tried to use, because I was told to learn to use the air dryer, when I tried to use that, it only melted my kit. Another $400 wasted from the temper fit that I had on that. I found this for $150. It was in an estate sale at a estate auction house, and I wanted to try this supplier's brand before I bought. And it turns out the quality is so good and the popularity of it was such a hit. It stuck. I have Navy relations. My grandma was in the Women's Air Corps through what they considered to be the Women's Army at the time in World War II. But she delivered planes to the Endeavors in World War II. She's flown to Hawaii and dropped planes off after Pearl Harbor, and they fixed the airport. And she also was part of the mission, and she was never supposed to talk about this, but she did talk about it on her deathbed, where she was actually one of the women Air Corps that participated in delivering the Flying Tigers, their planes. And if you've ever seen my other pictures, you'll see the Flying Tiger tribute. That's for my grandma. So the aviation theme applies. My dad was also Air Force. My grandpa was Air Force. I am 6th generation. I'm number 5. My family has 6 generations that has served this great nation. And while we are conservative, we believe in democracy. And if you can guess my politics from there, I don't care. So, and I'm going to leave it at that because I have 3 rules to knowing Craig. I don't talk about my sex life. I don't talk about my religion. And I definitely, especially in this day and age, I definitely don't discuss my politics. Back to the second product recommendation. To keep the wrap in shape, and mind you, the wrap serves a purpose. It's sun protection for us. I intend to wrap it fully as more wear comes in, but I'm not worried about it at this moment because my second product recommendation comes from one of my favorite suppliers. These guys. If you guys don't know who they are, shop with them. That's Le Monster Garage is what I meant to show you first. I'm sorry, I'm not exactly Vanna White when it comes to doing product demo. But that's Le Monster Garage's Black Diamond Detailer. This is basically the same material that you're getting in the F11, and it's a little higher than your standard spray-on wax, but I can literally know I don't really need to go to the shack I call that the garage, where we buy our gas in our little town. I don't need to go to the shack to use the spray machine. If I really have to, I can just hose off with my garden hose, and it actually will take off my bugs and stuff. It needs a bath, and but because I have that coating on there, it's protecting my wraps very well and just puts a very high state of sheen on them. I had damage and scratches all over these dull gray parts, and even the nose cowling. It's dusty right now, but when I have it cleaned up, they shine now. And the mirrors shine now. You can see the underlying shine. Those grays, and especially if you have the stock saddlebags, I'm wondering how I got that glow on them. Right here. It's more affordable than F11, and you know, I like sending business to Le Monster because they're great people, and a great deal of my products have come from them. And the number one thing about Le Monster is their customer service. They always back their products. Same goes with Spyder Pops and Harvey over there. Another great place to shop. You guys can run Google, figure out how to spell. I'm not going to provide you with addresses. And everybody should get ready. Stay away from pea gravel. Stay safe. And oh, the website I will give you on this is, and the supplier name. I'm very sorry for that. He is known as Spiral US. I used to call it Spiral US Design. I think it's Spiralus. Spiralus Design. DESIGN.com is his main site. You'll see a picture there of the of an F3 with an American flag on it with the Patriot scheme. That's not the site. When you click on that guy, it'll take you to another site that tells you go to this site. So I'm just going to give you that address directly because he did a lot of work here originally, and he's recently branched out into the other vehicles. That is SPIRALUS, and it's Spyder, SPYDER. So it's spiralusspyder.com. And the gentleman that runs that graphic shop is a class act guy. He gave me the confidence to go after a wrap project again on my own. And I'm going to be dead honest about the wrap project. It's not something I recommend. I learned $600 in lost gear lessons, and it cost me writing time and other upgrades. And because of the frustrations I went with the other products and some encounters that I had done a removal of the portions of these shells incorrectly, so now I'll be doing modifications here to fix these little pieces of tabs that are there that are holding. They stop my hood from rattling on my front, but that also came from my xenon replacement kit, and I actually had to defront the whole thing. So every body panel off it, the trunk was off it, the nose, everything gone. It's just handlebars, motor, and DPS. Anyway, that's all I got for today on these product recommendations. It's if you're going to wrap it, honestly, with the sensitivity of it, I would recommend getting a shop that is experienced in doing graphics wraps with graphics on them. Because some of your auto shops out there will bid you strictly for solid color or monocolor 3M. If you want to experiment with it, I recommend getting a small sheet of monocolor 3M and learn how to maneuver the product first. Work with it. Don't go out and blow $400 or whatever they're charging for them now and crinkle a sheet. You'll cry. I cried for days, and it only made me mad. And I kicked around the shop, and the pets hid. You know, my bird wouldn't come out of his cage, and I was a surly man. So just if you're going to do wrap, I would recommend you order, you know, the affordable solid monocolors and experiment on your fenders. Experiment on your cover that comes off of the service area on the left side where you check your oil. Just do portions of it. Even take, you know, these shiny pieces on your bags, if you have the bags, will come off. They're held on by screws on the inside of the door. Take those off and practice with the material wrap first. And I would recommend the 3M because Spiralus Design uses that higher quality material in their designs. And, you know, once I took a piece and kind of practiced with it, I was able to get it down. But I'll be honest, I'm pretty happy with the way this one turned out. Its intent is to protect it from the sun, and I have no real desire to disturb it. Just being honest. So that's my review on wrapping and the products to wrap before, and through my own misfortune, I bought all three that I know of. And Spiralus Design or SpiralusSpyder.com is the best shop out there. And I'll leave notes on the movie as well, so you guys have highlights as well. This one was a little longer today, but I had a lot to catch up on, and I'm feeling a little better now that, you know, I'm making some headway with my neighbors. We'll talk to you later. Peace.